First meal that we're eating is my pre-workout meal. I am about to go lift, and before I lift, I like to have quick digesting carbs and make sure I'm hydrated. So we have 3 rice cakes. On top of the rice cakes is 1 serving of PB Fit, which is powdered peanut butter. The beauty of PB Fit is it's about half the calories and double the protein per serving as normal peanut butter. Peanut butter is notoriously one of the worst calorie to protein ratio foods you could possibly have, but it tastes amazing, and I love powdered peanut butter. In the powdered peanut butter, I also mixed cinnamon, and I also mixed brown sugar, 1 serving of brown sugar. I know that also might sound insane, but I'm going for quick digestion carbs. I track all of this in my fitness pal, and I make sure it hits my goals for the day. So this meal right here, let's see, 3 rice cakes plus the PB Fit plus the brown sugar comes out to 280 calories for 52 carbs. Honestly, when I see that number, although I advise most people to generally keep their first meal calorie count relatively low because most people overeat throughout the rest of the day, I don't really have that issue at this point. I'm really controlled with my meals towards the end of the day. So I like to give myself the liberty of having more carbs before my workout. And I'm not too afraid of that first meal being higher calorie because I'm adding more carbs. So I'm thinking through, okay, only 52 grams of carbs. I'd like to have closer to 75 to 100 before my workout, especially when it's this early in the morning. How can I add some carbs quickly, easily, and also in a way that tastes pretty good too? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a banana, and to be able to track this, it's pretty simple. Put the banana on the scale, zero it out, open the banana up. And again, the point of this is I want more carbs right before my workout relatively quickly and in a tasty way as well. Taste matters. And there's faster ways you can do this technically, whether tasty or less effective. So, right, you can dial either of those up and down depending on the situation. I'm going to place in my current deficit where I'm the leanest I've ever been, really. I'm weighing about 170 to 171 pounds right now, 5'10", with the most muscle I've ever had. I just contextually, to see if you can gauge that, I pressed the 100-pound dumbbells on an incline for 9 reps recently. And that was a lifetime PR. That felt great. Then a trap bar deadlifted 415 for 3 sets of 3 recently. So that was pretty good. Also trained jiu-jitsu. The reason I bring that up is because when you're in the phase where you're the lightest or leanest you've been in a while or ever, enjoyment actually starts to matter more. When you're starting out your weight loss and you're just getting a grip of things, you're just trying to figure out, like, how do I hit my numbers the right way, my calories and protein the right way, and how do I do that in a way that's time efficient and in a way that supports my goals, of course. As you get leaner, enjoyment starts to matter more because you're eating less calories and you're in a greater deficit. Your hunger signaling, not your cravings, but your hunger signaling is going to increase. And this is cinnamon, by the way. I just sprinkled this right on top. And so enjoyment starts to matter way, way more. You can obviously play with enjoyment at any point. And there are days where you're just going to go for speed, no matter where you're at. But this is a really enjoyable meal. Psychologically, it's going to make it easier to stay on track. So here's what we have to do now. Put the banana peel back on. We see that we have 91 grams of banana. That gave us 20 extra carbs. We're at 73 grams of carbs. I'm cool with that. Now you guys will notice that 73 grams of carbs, 369 calories. You can get that from 1 Starbucks milkshake. You can get that from a Pop-Tart and a half. With this amount of volume, this sheer amount of food that's going to take up this space in my stomach is going to be found more in something like some rice cakes with some stuff on them. And remember, I literally added sugar to these rice cakes to taste for sweetness because I love sweetness. And this is going to be really sweet. Also, I've got a Bloom energy drink, 10 calories, 80 milligrams of protein, plus a bunch of other good stuff in there. I've got water, plus electrolytes, just 1 scoop. Most people think they need 10 packets of electrolytes a day, but you really don't. 1 is probably fine for most people. Yeah, this is my first meal, pre-workout meal. My breakfast would definitely look different if I weren't working out at 4:15 50 something a.m. Okay, so next meal is super simple and one of the fastest things you could possibly make. It's a protein shake, and it's going to be 8 ounces of Fairlife, 2%, whoa, which is high protein, low calorie milk, and sometimes, yes, real life, you got to make it with the baby in your hand. Finish that one off. All right, this is the real challenge. This is real peak athleticism. Comes in, can you trap the hand so that she doesn't grab your mic while opening the chocolate milk without it spilling, without her touching it? That was honestly black belt level baby control right there. All right, we have 8 ounces. It's 13 grams of protein per 8 ounces, and it tastes amazing. 140 calories. There is absolutely zero reason in the history of the world for you to use whole milk if your goal is to get lean, lose fat, and build muscle. I'm going to put 10 grams of creatine in there. Oh, I shouldn't do that because this got stuck last time. There we go. Yep, that's right, Bella. Let's see if this baby control can continue. Yes, whey protein. She loves it. I've 100% given her this shake. Tastes of it. She likes it. So that qualifies. Okay. 1 scoop away. And now we've got a total of 260 calories to be exact, with 25 plus 13 with 38 grams of protein. And that's that. Super easy to make. Can be made with one hand. In a few minutes, extremely filling, and starts working towards that protein goal. 10 grams of creatine, for anybody wondering. The data is clear on 5 grams a day. It's becoming more clear on more than that. I'm experimenting with it. I haven't decided if I'm a 10 gram a day, but everybody should be taking creatine at some point. Shake that up. And you don't need to make these complicated, crazy protein shakes. I've unfortunately seen so many guys who think they have to have the banana, the oats, and a million different things in the protein shake. You really don't. Now the skill is, can I drink the protein shake with a baby in hand without spilling any chocolate on my white shirt? That is the real skill. Let's be real, guys. That's it. It's done. This is a real hack. And that's what I like to do a lot of times for breakfast. You could technically go higher volume. You could go more filling. But that's really more so of a speed optimized breakfast. Going for speed on that one. So see that. All right. So Tuesday morning breakfast time. We are about to go train jiu-jitsu, and we want carbs. We want carbs before the workout. I'm going to show you guys what this is going to be. I'm also going for speed because it's 5:08 a.m. and hilarious life happens, right? Just life stuff happens. I left my car at the gym because my wife and I drove separate to the gym, and then we took the same car to church on Sunday. And then we left my car at the gym. It's now Tuesday. My car's been at the gym since Sunday. So I'm going to take my wife's car to the gym to get my mouth guard, which is in my car, so I don't bust my teeth, and then go to jiu-jitsu. So we're going super speed today, not to mention filming myself eating. Adds time. And what you guys are going to like this, I'll just show you here. This is going to take us to just about 500-ish calories, 466, 30 grams of protein. It's honestly not even that high carb. It just tastes amazing here. I'll make them and show you guys. Okay, so you guys are going to think I'm absolutely crazy here, but again, I want high carbs. I want fast digesting carbs for this training session. So I'm going to do, there's only 5 pancakes left in the package. My wife must have eaten one of the little baggies, which is hilarious. But I'm going to do 5 pancakes, serving of PB Fit, 25 grams of honey, 20 grams of brown sugar, because I love brown sugar. It's so delicious. It's one of my favorite flavors. So just so you guys see how I actually make sure this is done, I got my pancakes here, right here. And just to do this all in one, what I'm going to do is we are going to put in our 1 serving of PB Fit, 16 grams. We're going to do the 20 grams of brown sugar. Guys, this is real. This is not like for the video. This is the type of stuff I eat every single day. I promise you I would not be coming up with random recipes for a video over the course of a week. Just imagine the bandwidth of filming everything you eat for a week. Happy to do it, but it's not the most fun thing in the world to do. But this is real, guys. Let's see here. Okay, 20, that's 19 grams, that's fine. I can sacrifice a gram. This is what happens when I'm optimizing for speed. Put some cinnamon in there. No calories. Thank you, Lord. I decided to switch last minute my honey for this pure Canadian maple syrup from one of my longtime clients, Matt Hollins, who is a farmer up in Canada. Thank you, Matt. You're freaking awesome. I love you, dude. So we need to go maple syrup. Let's do 4 teaspoons. Yeah, 4 teaspoons is good. It's going to be so good. Awesome. I'm going to have to mix this around because I'm just making it all into one mix. So I've got my powdered peanut butter, my maple syrup. I've got my brown sugar. I'm making a little bit of a mess. It's fine. Figure it out later. And cinnamon. Guys, this is too good to be true. But it's also not. You just need to know what to do. A little bit of water. I don't make it too watery and be sad if I ruin it. This one, I would say, we're definitely maxing out taste. Speed a little bit. I could have made a faster breakfast, to be honest. Let's be real. We're maxing out taste for this one. And we've got our... I almost forgot to add this just because this turned into a maxing out taste breakfast, and sometimes it does. But we're going to add our vanilla bean salt that my wife got because why not? Because it looks good. This is just crazy. I don't even want to tell you how good this concoction is going to taste. Super high carb meal here. Got 33 grams of protein for 570 calories. Not the ratio you want to shoot for in most of your meals. But high carb breakfast here for pre-training. I am all about it. Now, 5:19, okay. Just gotta make sure I'm not too late on time here, but I've got 10 minutes. This is wild. Man, that should not be allowed. But it is. Because awesomeness. You guys really thought I was exaggerating when I said low sweet? I do. This is so good. What? Absolutely crazy. The funny thing is, for all the people, hopefully it's not you. No offense if it is, it's fine. But for all the people who are like, oh, carbs, they're bad, right? You have to cut sugar, right? You've seen me eat lots of sugar within the course of the last day. But literally, my pancakes here with that crazy brown butter maple syrup sugar thing, cinnamon layered in here. Again, 570 calories, 33 grams of protein. Hopefully you're picking up on the fact that this is a high carb pre-workout meal, pre-training meal. You want quick digesting carbs pre-training. And this has already been mentioned, but none of this is prescriptive. This is all documentation of how I meet my calorie and protein goals. Ideation for you guys, inspiration. I think my baby's waking up. She usually wakes up at around this time, and I give her some more milk and she stays asleep. Just some more insight on pre-workout meals. Pre-workout meals like this are less necessary when you've just started the deficit. We still have lots of excess energy, still have excess body fat, but when you're at these leaner body weights or deeper in a deficit, it becomes more necessary. You're eating less total calories throughout the day, so the timing of those carbohydrates starts to matter a bit more. And you want to keep them, again, 30 minutes to an hour and a half before training is ideal. I haven't decided if I'm going to eat a post-training meal yet or lunch. Back here for breakfast. It's Wednesday morning. We do not have training this morning. Going to be training end of day today. So don't need to prioritize any kind of pre-workout carbs or anything like that. I'm going to show you guys what is my fastest breakfast. I wonder if my wife moved. Yep. Okay. I'll show you guys what's my fastest breakfast when you really just want to optimize for speed. Fullness, starting to work towards that protein goal. It is a protein shake, and my entire protein shake recipe is going to be 8 ounces of Fairlife milk. I do chocolate because I love chocolate. 140 calories, 13 grams of protein, 1 scoop of whey protein. Like I said on Monday, I'm somewhat experimenting with the creatine dose right now. At least 5 grams a day. We didn't take any yesterday, so we'll lean on the heavier-ish side. We'll do like 11.5 grams of creatine. As you guys can tell, there are certain things that are just not worth micro-optimizing for and overthinking. And really the experiment I'm kind of running is more than 5 grams of creatine a day going to have a tangible impact on me. Now, how you test that when there's so many other variables in life, like your recovery from workouts, your sleep, how far in the deficit you are, how much your new body fat levels are impacting your hunger in the short term before your brain resensitizes to that level of energy that's stored, your stress levels, like everything. There's so many different things that impact how you feel and how you perform. It's very difficult to actually isolate a variable and say, well, I started taking 10 grams a day and my life changed forever, right? But nonetheless, we're taking a little bit more than 5. Caffeine. See you guys on the next one. Day 4 breakfast. And we're gonna do yogurt and fruit. High protein yogurt and fruit, low calorie. This is a fun one to do every now and then. It's relatively lean and it's very filling. High on the filling meter. No, last night's meals were quick. We did the steak sandwich with the homemade sourdough bread, and then the snack was super quickly filmed. But the reason for that was because those were quick meals, and sometimes that's what happens. I was literally getting ready for date night, and our nanny brought over this homemade sourdough bread as a gift. And so I'm making my dinner, and part of me, wanted to be kind to our nanny and accept the gift and show that I was actually excited to eat it, but also it was like sourdough bread. That was really good. And so I switched it up really quick and made that steak sandwich, and it was really, really good. And then, as you also saw, I prepared 300 calories worth of popcorn to go to the movies, but literally on the way to the movies, my wife and I decided to not go to the movies and instead go to this place called Leaper's Fork, which is like this historic, beautiful town in Tennessee, and just walk around and get steps in and talk and look at the views. And that was so great. So much better than sitting there for a movie, honestly. We got to connect, we got to get steps in, we got to see beautiful scenery, and it was much needed. But I still ate the popcorn. We just ate the popcorn in the car. And then last night when I came home for that dessert, I was just tired, super tired. And, it was kind of like eyes getting closed as I finish off my calories for the day. But sometimes that's how it is. So that's why those videos are fast, because the meals are fast. And something I've definitely learned in the process of just filming this whole thing is it's 182 grams. I'm going to do like 270 to 300. Something I've learned is do 120 more. That it's required commitment for a week straight to film all of these meals, as you can imagine. You do 120, there you go. And there's been times where I didn't want to do it, times where I've been tired, times where things have been happening, date night, nanny being bred. And it's really, really helped me understand, like, this is what makes it difficult for people to stick to the nutrition in itself, right? At this point, all of this is, so ingrained in who I am that I don't even really have to think about it. I know I'm going to figure it out. Obviously, that's the goal. That's where I want to be. But filming myself eating every single meal, that's not ingrained in who I am. I've done things similar to this, but never for a whole week straight. And so realizing that friction, it's exactly why people find it difficult to stick to the diet. The same way I've found it to be a challenge to, just stick to filming myself eating. But at the end of the day, what has allowed me to continue to film myself, to stay on track with it so far, has been my commitment. So the decision that it's getting done no matter what. I'm going to put about 30 grams of honey-ish in here, by the way. Yeah, 30 is good. And it's my commitment to it no matter what. I'm just going to skip the fruit for now. I'm good with that. Check this out, though. There's going to be about 28 grams of protein in this. Let's see here. I'm a bit low on battery, but what's kept me filming this, what's kept me committed, is obviously the decision. It's something I decided to do. I then announced it, so I made people aware of it at the beginning of the week. So now, I have that external accountability. But also, I see how this aligns with my mission. I see how this aligns with what God's calling me to do and how I can serve His people and glorify Him. And that's the ultimate fuel. That's what energizes obedience and follow through. And that's the same in our fitness. When we see our physical stewardship as part of our God-given mission, as part of how we can serve the people He's called us to lead, then we have that supernatural energy and fuel to just keep going. Because it's not just about, us. It's about glorifying God. It's about serving His people, which your fitness absolutely does. Your physical stewardship absolutely does so. Learning lesson there. And this is going to taste really, really good. Again, super simple. You can make just yogurt and honey. You don't have to put honey in, but I like the honey. High carb breakfast, pre-jiu-jitsu, 3 rice cakes, plus brown sugar, honey, cinnamon, and PB Fit powdered peanut butter. It's going to feel great training session. Plus my mom is coming to visit for the weekend. So it'll be fun to document some meals that we eat as a family and how we kind of manage that. So that's it. See you in the next one. All right. Jiu-jitsu was freaking crazy. Really glad I had that hard carb breakfast. I got the crap beat out of me, and it was a good time. Had some hard training. Super tight on time today, 8:14. I've got a group call at 8:30, so I want something fast. I want something high protein. Hunger levels are definitely there. They're present. They exist right now. So I'm gonna do the old protein shake. And the tough part about the protein shake is when you don't have a bottle handy, you're like, dude, what is life? Anyway, okay, we're gonna skip that. I don't know if the nanny put it somewhere. A little bit of a mess in here from life. Sometimes life happens and that's okay. Do 300 grams of the yogurt. Okay, still super fast. It's gonna be a little bit more filling than the protein shake, let's be honest. And I want some more carbs. So, let's do the thing. Raw honey. We go through a lot of honey, if you can't tell. We'll do relatively light. We'll go 15 grams. That's it. Yogurt and honey. We're at 657 calories for the day. 2 grams of protein. So we can definitely be off to a hotter start in terms of calories and protein. But I'm okay with this. I know I wanted high carb for that training, and we'll be good. See you guys in the next one.